Sama Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. That's Hero Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last sects of time. All right, Shalom. The title of this lesson is going to be The Desire for a Better Country Will Lead to Its Manifestation. The desire of a better country will lead to its manifestation. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Lord willing, this message is edifying. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 16. But now they desire a better country. That's right, man. Because ultimately, here in this society, wherever the elect are scattered across the four corners, whether it be America, across the four corners of the earth, wherever the Lord has placed us in these last sects of time to be doing his will and calling upon his name, we yearn for something greater than what we see, which is the kingdom of heaven, all right? Which is that better country, that better government, better rulership, which is ultimately going to start with Yahweh Shai, all right? But the Lord is raising up the elect and has raised up the elect across the four corners to come back into his name under that umbrella of these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. So we desire something greater than we can see, greater than these planes, cars, buses, and trains, these material things, this material body. We yearn for a celestial body, which goes into heavenly. So the desire for a better country is ultimately going to lead into its fruition, until it come into existence, man. All right, the desire about who, what, when, and where the Lord's hopeful elect, which is the they that is speaking of here. This is Hebrews 11 and 16. But now they desire a better country that is in heavenly. Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their people, their power, Salakia, for he had prepared for them a city. That's right, man. And the scriptures tell you that that's starting right now. All right, here in America, across the four corners. Get it real quick, just backs it up. That the Lord is ultimately calling us back. Scriptures tell you that we're going to remember the name in this captivity. Son Hosea, bear with me, Akim. All right, just backing that up. Might be Hosea 1 and 9. Let me see. There we go. Hosea 1 and 9. Then said the Lord, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And that's predominantly here in America, man. America's where we were packed like like sardines and cargo slave ships, mocked, scoffed, brought here during the transatlantic slave trade, sold on auction blocks, and separated. All right. When our heritage, all right, was taken away from us, our identity was stolen, all right, by the so-called white man. Okay. As the scriptures read, we were discontinued from our heritage, but we're brought back through these laws, statutes, and commandments, through the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, now we desire for a better country, right? Because we see that ultimately the Lord is going to bless us with heavenly things, heavenly powers, all right? A heavenly estate, the kingdom of heaven. So we see these things around us, and we're not content with it. We're not happy. We're not satisfied. We want more. We know what the Lord promises to those that love him, and we want it, man. We're fighting and being afflicted for it, all right? And what ultimately drives our desire for a better country, all right, is the hell that we have faced with around us, man. Also the hell that we see our people going through, man, because on this side, 2/3 will be cut off, but Lord willing, will that number, from the apostles on down to the least of us, they will come back through our loins, man. All right? Lord willing, will that number. But having a heavenly mindset ultimately puts you in a way of thinking that you say, okay, well, man, this society around us it's perishing, it's getting weaker. But what we have to stay stabilized is the scriptures which promise us that ultimately America is going to be destroyed, and there's a remnant of the Lord's people that are going to be delivered. So that is our hope. That's our desire, that we could be delivered out of this place. All right. And as the scriptures read, the earth is going to return to Eden again. That which is desolate will turn it to Eden again, man. So we desire a better country, Jerusalem. All right. So this is Hebrews 11:16 again. But now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly, wherefore the Lord is not ashamed to be called their power, for he had prepared for them a city. That's right. Yasharalem, Jerusalem. All right. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. And we know that ultimately, all right, only begotten son is only referred to Yahushua and Isaac throughout this great book, man. So Yahushua was Isaac, all right, being that sacrifice, all right, that Abraham, our forefather, all right, was going to offer unto the Lord, man. The Lord tested him, all right. And by faith, it says, by faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That's right, because through Isaac came Jacob, man. All right, Jacob, the 12 tribes. And it is evident that our Lord sprang out of the tribe of Judah. So it says, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that the Lord was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. And that's talking about Yahushua, man. So that's a clear cut to Isaac was Yahushua. It says, accounting that the Lord was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. All right, in a likeness as a man. All right, it tells you in John, the 1st chapter, and the word, and he was the word was made living, roughly paraphrasing, and dwelt among us, man. All right. How did he dwell among us? Yahushua walked this earth over 2,000 years ago. Verse 20, by faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. That's right. So Esau was given a blessing. All right. The fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. And we see that playing out ultimately, man. And Jacob got his portion, which is that ultimately that cup of slavery right now, man. All right. Those curses for going against the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. But we're brought back. We're reconciled through Yahushua, man. Through that sacrifice that the Lord made. And ultimately that sacrifice that we're making. All right, which leads to that desire of something greater than us, man. Something greater than these highways we travel on. Something greater than these cars we ride in, man. All right, we want the chariots. We want the highways of the heavens, man. All right, this corruptible material body, we want celestial bodies, man. All right, we want to reign with Yahushua. We want order on the planet Earth. All right, we want sanity brought back to our nation of people, man. 2/3 of our nation, of the nation of Israel. All right. We want them to retain competency and sanity, man, in these last seconds of time. So it says, verse 21, by faith, Jacob, when he was a dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worship, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, and notice the recipe to it is faith, man. All of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, they all had faith. Hebrews 11:1. All right. It's Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it, the elders obtained a good report. That's right, man. And the elders still maintain that good report of having faith, man, and not wavering. Right. So that's like unto our forefathers, man. We have physical representations of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on the planet Earth, which is our elders and apostles. All right. To the best of their ability, striving for perfection, for the mastery, calling upon the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Desiring that better country, because the desire of that better country is going to lead to the fruition or the manifestation of it. You got the Lord's men calling upon his name. All right. And things are going to happen. Right? It's not going to return void. when the Lord's men, all right, are in the nation of Israel, all right, the elect are in their right minds, these other nations, they know they can't mess with us. They know they can't come up against us because we're worshiping our power and we're backed. We have insurance, spiritual insurance. All right? We have that hedge. But when we disconnect from the source of our power, we lose that desire for something greater than us. Then, hey, we're vulnerable, we're susceptible to Satan, all these outside factors. All right? These principalities, you got to put on the whole armor, and that comes with having faith. All right? Hebrews 11:23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandments. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Why? Because he was an Israelite, right? He didn't worship those false idols and gods of Egypt. He worshiped Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and his spirit bore witness, man. All right? The Lord raised him up. And that's likened unto us. We're raised up as prophets, man. The Lord raised us up to these positions. And if we're of the elect, we're not going to bend, break, or fall. We're not going to waver. We're going to fight to the end. We're going to defeat death, man. If we're of that number. That's why that desire is going to lead to the manifestation. You got to want this thing, man. You got to have faith. You got to have vision. You can't just think it's going to happen overnight. You got to live in it. You got to sacrifice. But it says by faith, Moses, 24:24, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Lord than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And that's likened on to David as well, man. All right. David said, I'd rather be a doorman in the house of my Lord than to sit in the seat of the wicked, man. All right. So Moses had that exact same mindset, man. Verse 25 again, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Lord, which were in slavery at that time, enslaved under the Egyptians, just as we are in spiritual Egypt today, enslaved under the Egyptians, man. All right. So he chose to suffer with the people of the Lord rather than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, for a moment, man, that the society is going to last. And that's likened onto the mindset of the elect, having that faith, man, knowing that this is only for a season. All right. We desire a better country. This is only for a moment. This society is gonna be in existence. Then the snap of the fingers. All right. We're in the kingdom of heaven. So why partake in this wickedness for a season, for a short moment, when you can have the kingdom eternally, forever? That's why we desire a better country. Verse 26. Esteeming the reproach of Yahushua Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. So he respected the fact that we was going to get paid off in the long run, man. It wasn't going to happen overnight. He respected that, man. Like, hey, well, I know we're going through this for a reason. The Lord is not going to put this hell on us for no reason. So why dwell in the world for a split second when you just go through it with the Lord and you'll be rewarded? We owe the Lord the utmost respect, man. Scriptures tell you exalt him because you can never go far enough, roughly paraphrasing. So it says, verse 26 again, esteeming the reproach of Yahushua Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. So you mean to tell me that Moses, all right, he esteemed the riches, the reproach of Yahushua back in ancient Egypt before Yahushua came on the scene? Come on, man. It said, esteeming the reproach of Yahushua greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. That's right, man. We're all going to be recompensed. All right. We're recompensed through Yahushua, man. No man coming to the Father except through the Son. All right. So that the ultimate desire for a better country, which is the kingdom of heaven, is going to lead to it actually coming into existence, coming into fruition, being made manifest. according to prophecy. Lord willing, this message has been edifying. I'm going to say Sama, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Ahud, Hero of Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Shabbat Shalom. Until next time, double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders. Shabbat Shalom.